What is up, everybody? Anthony back here again, and in today's video we are going to be talking about that Resident Evil 4 2005 feeling. Yes, that feeling of nostalgia of playing it on an authentic GameCube, on a authentic CRT, and an old TV cabinet to take you back 20 years ago. 20 years ago, Resident Evil 4, the original, came out. And today we're going to be taking a look at the preview disc, actually, which came out in late 2004, just before the release of Resident Evil 4 in January of 2005. Now, the thing with this is it has a bunch of advertisements for all the other RE games that were out on GameCube at the time, because they had to deal with Nintendo. They were bringing over all the old Resident Evil games. 1, Remake, 0, of course. You had 2 and 3 original, and Code Veronica, X, all on GameCube. And Resident Evil 4 was a GameCube exclusive until fall of 2005. So not very long, but all of us fans that were waiting to jump on this game were playing it on the GameCube since day one. Now, I thought it would be cool to check out the preview disc demo that's on here, which is a little different than the final version of the game. Now, I've covered this a couple times, more in-depth videos talking about the preview disc and the differences, but I thought it would be cool to fire this up on the OG GameCube on an old TV and just kind of record myself playing and reminiscing about 2004, 2005, this era, you know, and yeah, we'll dive right into it and just take a look at it. Alright, so we have our health and safety screen. It's the classic GameCube whisper. And here we go. As you can see, this has, you know, all the previews for all the other Resident Evils that are on GameCube. And it also has the Resident Evil 4 trailer. But a lot of people, like myself, wanted to check this out for the demo. And, you know, you're reading all the magazine articles, you're seeing this Resident Evil game look completely different than anything that came before it. And everyone wanted to know, how does it play? How does it actually feel playing an updated Resident Evil? And this was the fans' kind of first little entry point in Resident Evil 4. So let's check this out. We have the controller screen, which, you know, this is pretty much the same. The only difference is in the demo, you can actually take out the binoculars at any point with the Z button on the GameCube. The Z button ended up becoming the map button, so that's something that they changed. But yeah, this is definitely a version that was, you know, done before they made these little final adjustments that I'm going to go over as we go through some of this stuff here. But here we go. Let's get right into it. So we have the warning. Sorry for the flickering on the CRT. It just does that when it's a little bit of a lighter image.
Resident Evil.
Here we go. Calling card is still exactly the same. And here we go. 6 years have passed since the incident occurred in Raccoon City. Someone has kidnapped the president's daughter, Ashley Graham. Under the direct order of the president, Leon must locate her whereabouts and get her out safe. So we obviously don't have the intro in here yet. Just a little bit of a wall of text to let us know what the hell is going on here.
Just up ahead is the village.
A lot of this dialogue is still the same. Like, they might have used slightly different takes throughout some of the dialogue you hear.
Right.
But most of this is pretty much the same.
Did you say something?
Alright, so we're in here now. The first thing you notice is the different inventory system. So you also have a little bit different design here. But yeah, this isn't the attaché case that most people know. And you actually still have to individually select the knife to equip it. It's not just on the L button on here. So little differences that we're making up until the last minute of the game. And what's also interesting here is that you'll notice that you can actually reload from this inventory screen. So you can reload, and it's just like the original Resident Evil. You don't have to actually reload in real time. So that is another thing they changed. Let me turn back here and talk to them.
Forget your makeup or something?
Yeah, so same dialogue. You notice the health meter is also different. It looks more similar to what they did in the RE4 remake, where they kind of went back to this style of health meter, which I don't know what the idea was behind that, but that's what they did. So they kind of went back to this old style of health meter, but I like both of them, so I think they work fine. And here we go. Here's the iconic first cutscene of RE4. The only difference here is the picture of Ashley. The dialogue is pretty much spot on with the same as the final version. This is the last time Leon will ever enter a cabin again with his guard down. Not that his guard was down. You know, he was kind of ready for all things, but as far as this village, though, this is the last cabin you want to walk into, not expecting the horror that awaits.
Sorry to bother.
And everyone's expecting zombies. And we did get a classic head turn just there, but this time it's with the Ganado. He's ready to kill us with an axe.
Freeze! I said freeze!
There you go. Don't mind me missing. And there we go. And they still get ran off the road, unfortunately. Never stood a chance.
Shit.
Shit is right. Okay. Not much different in the cabin here. He's not a zombie. There isn't a music cue underneath the staircase. Usually there's like a scary little music chime that happens, but and there we go, got the handgun ammo. Now the images look a little bit different, so when you pick up stuff off of bodies, it doesn't actually show the image of what you're getting, but when you pick up like off a table or a barrel, it will show up with the image of what you're picking up. And sometimes when you pick up treasures, they also appear as well. So it's just it's a little random sometimes with how it works, but as you can kind of hear already, some of the Ganados sound the same and some of them sound a little different. They have a lot of outtakes that they did not use or they decided to change. But you know, they pretty much act the same, you know. But here's a little example. So look, I can click this, click reload, and boom. Well, I didn't actually do it. Reload, there you go, boom, and it's reloaded. So, yeah, just little differences that are fun to point out. Well, look, I reloaded, and look, the gun is stuck. Like, it's not reloaded. Look at that. That's actually funny. I don't think I've ever seen that glitch. Wow. That is a glitch. Can I shoot it like that? That's so funny. Oh, it fixed itself. Nice. That's actually cool. I never saw it actually do that in this game, so... Or at least in this demo, anyway. If we come down here, the cutscene is still in here where Leon looks down and he's like, well, don't want to be those policemen.
No.
Yeah, they did not last long at all. But yeah, we'll just press on through the village here. And it's kind of insane to be playing this on a CRT. And again, I know it's like not going to translate very well on YouTube or how I'm editing this because it's through a camcorder's view. But the graphics still look good on this, man. Like, they still do 20 years later. You know, nothing... Obviously, it's in widescreen on a CRT, but... Nothing is, like, you know, completely outstretched or, you know, I know there's upscalers, there's, you know, the Prism adapter that you can get for GameCube. There's a couple different things you can get that make it look great in HD. You know, obviously, if you play off Dolphin, you can have a great experience there. But there is something cool about having it on an authentic, you know, CRT. There's just something cool about it. And being able to play it, because, again, this is how I played. It was on a much smaller CRT. And there we go, we saved the pup. Even though we're not going to be fighting any boss fights or anything in here, you got to save the pup. It's essential. But yeah, I mean, I grew up playing on a 12-inch CRT, a very small CRT. So even the one that you're seeing here is it's a lot bigger than what I grew up with. We had something like this size in the living room. This is actually the old living room TV cabinet. So, but yeah, it was just like a really cool snapshot in time, and I played everything on that thing. Even the 360 I played on a CRT for the longest time. But this was just before that, so you know, I love the PS1, and I love, you know, that's probably one of my favorite consoles, but the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era was something else. And there we go. But also, look, you can take out your binoculars anywhere. That's pretty grotesque, right? Keeping with the gory themes of Resident Evil in here. Same thing, we can reload. It's kind of clutch. And another thing that I actually noticed in this, when testing for this and playing the demo a few times, you know, in the final version of the game, there is, you know, female villagers that you can fight. But in this demo, if you go to this little section here with the church bell, you'll notice there is no female Ganados, which is something they must have added, or they added their, you know, their character models in later. Because, yeah, you actually don't see any of them, which I didn't notice all the times I've played this demo, that wasn't the case. And then they added, you know, I think it was, she has like a blue shirt on, or a blue dress on. Same thing with the other female Ganado that was stuck to the wall. Like, there was one that's wearing that kind of color. So, yeah, those specific models just aren't in this version, which I think is interesting. But here we go. So we're at the iconic, you know, bingo village section, whatever you want to call it. This is, I guess, one of the most, like, memorable intros for Resident Evil. It's one of, you know, there's plenty in the original trilogy. Those are probably, like, my favorite, like, first sections of those games. But this one is up there, man. I love this. Everything leading up to it with the binocular zoom and seeing your police officer friend just hanging on a hook. As you can tell, some of the dialogue takes are different here. So you come around back here. There isn't the girl in blue with the pitchfork. It's actually just some guy. Some guy. It's the same farmer that we see repeated a million times. Right, we jump in here. There isn't actually any pictures of Sadler on the wall or anything. There's an incendiary grenade. Look how it looks in this inventory screen. It's just, it looks so much better in the actual, like, final version of the game. Like, even this examination looks better than what the hell that picture is. And we have this onyx stone, too. This is also a scrapped treasure that was not used in this. So, let's see what else we have in here. Give me some ammo, maybe? Oh, can I slice that? There we go. Red herb, not bad. Usually there's a picture of Sadler here, but that's not the case in the demo. Oh shit, he already noticed me. I almost asked for that one. As you see, no QuickTime event buttons pop up. You should just, like, know to already use the analog stick, which I always thought was funny. Because it was kind of like that in the original Resident Evil games. If you know, spun the analog stick or you tapped the buttons, it would push the zombies off faster. But they would never, like, pop up and show you that, but it would be the case. But in this, it looks like they added that in later. Another feature they added in later. And here we go. We got the classic chainsaw Ganado. Dr. Salvador is back.
Damn it.
Well, this is his first appearance, but he's back again.
Son of a...
Alright, so just push all this stuff out here. And hold on, gotta equip the knife for these barrels. You can see how, like, it makes sense for them to add just a knife button instead of, like, having to constantly, like, switch in and out of your inventory for the knife. So it definitely makes sense that they added that in as a, you know, standalone button. Here we go with the hand grenade. Man, some of the designs are just very funny, like the early designs of stuff. Alright, so we're going to jump out here. Oh, he's following us, chat room. Now the shotgun here, while it looks the same, it is pretty much the same as the final version. 12 gauge shotgun. It sounds a little crunchy. Hear that? That's a crunchy shotgun sound right there. I instinctively pressed the L button to fucking take down this lock. Shotgun ammo in there. He's coming after us, chat room. As he should. Fucking up his village here. Ooh. It's a nice little area for a grenade, right? Dropping some bank right now. Oh, he's still alive. Yo. We got the amethyst stone. So the amethyst stone is another thing that was scrapped, as you can see. I think this was replaced with the ruby. I know there's a lot of scrapped, you know, treasures and items and stuff. If you play this version, like, modded on, like, a PC, or with Dolphin and stuff, you can actually see all the items that are, you know, unused, basically, or they didn't end up using them in the final version. Only here we see so much, because this isn't modded, this is just on a GameCube, but there's plenty of items that they ended up not using in the final version. So a couple of these treasures you can show. If you combine the herbs, they still make the little tubes and whatnot. But yeah, you can't like sort or anything like that. It's just an inventory. No attaché case. Go back to our handgun here. Another hand grenade. Most of the village, though, is pretty much the same by design. It was just like the little subtle changes that they made. So I got the handgun ammo in here. Good old melee kick. Come on, Ada, ring that bell. There we go. And that's it. That's the Resident Evil 4 preview disc. This cutscene's pretty much identical. It's bingo time for the villagers. Once again.
Lord Sattler.
Such a classic cutscene at this point. Even 20 years later.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Bingo? Resident Evil. And there you go. This was everybody's introduction to Resident Evil 4, actually playing it for the first time. And that demo was enough to sell people back then. If the ads and the magazine stuff wasn't enough, this sold it for a lot of people. It was very different, though, to be playing it for the first time. Like, it was, because I actually didn't play this first. I just played the game. Like, I got the game, it came out, I played it. And so that was, like, my first time really like, wow, this is so different, you know? I got the preview disc years later. It was just cool to see that jump from what we knew from Resident Evil to, like, what this new era was about to bring upon the fans. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit more of lo-fi effort. It's more of a original, nostalgic kind of way of recording. And this is just something that I thought would be cool to kind of take a look back on some of these old titles that we were playing on original hardware, not emulated, not a port on another console, but the original hardware as it was intended. So let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Let's Talk Resident Evil.